Hell's Kitchen, Season 22, Episode 5 review. Well, good people, this has got to be one of the most bizarre Hell's Kitchen episodes that I've seen in quite some time. But over the course of this review, it'll be my job to sift through the madness and give my opinion on the happenings of the episode. So without any further delay, let's jump right in. The episode kicks off with a battle between Ronisha and Jason. We really don't see exactly what led up to the battle, but we just know that Ronisha felt the need to confront Jason about his attitude towards others. Jason then felt the need to stir up some drama by telling Ronisha some things that the red team said about her. Ronisha then escalated the situation by inviting the red team to confront Jason, and Jason then made the wise move by getting the heck out of Dodge. So I'm watching this interaction, and I'm asking myself, what the hell does any of this have to do with talented chefs competing to win a job? But then it hit me. Jason and Ronisha are one and the same. In my opinion, they are both plants by production to keep the drama going throughout every episode, and so far, they have succeeded in taking the attention off the original purpose of the show by getting themselves involved in some mess. But after the scene ends, we move on to the first challenge of the episode. This challenge is a surf and turf blind taste challenge, and just like with past blind taste challenges like this, each team takes turns identifying the dish in teams of two. They have to taste the dish and grab which proteins they think are in the dish. The team that guesses all the correct proteins the fastest wins. Now, my first thought when seeing this challenge was that the team that goes first is usually at a disadvantage. And this is because, in my opinion, there's really no pressure or sense of urgency to finish their dishes by a certain time. When the second team gets to go, they know what time they have to beat, and that, in my opinion, gives them a competitive advantage. But in this episode, the red team went first and the blue team ultimately won by guessing all the correct proteins in half the time it took the red team to complete the challenge. So after watching this challenge, I learned two things. First, the blue team is highly motivated to win, even in situations where some of the members may be flustered or scatterbrained. At the end of the day, they deal with their team's challenges and try to move on. And second, the red team does the exact opposite. It is my opinion that some of the teammates on the red team are not there to win, nor are they there to compete at a high level. Melissa likely felt this way, and it influenced her decision to take a backseat during dinner service. But speaking of dinner service, I must say that this dinner service had amateur hour written all over it. You have folks like Carmen, Sandra, Ronisha, and Lee serving raw or burnt dishes to Gordon for the red team. Then you had Brad, who didn't have his head in the game, while Jermaine was making boneheaded decisions during service for the blue team. But through it all, we got to see Sammy and Jonathan take the leadership roles for their respective team, and both teams finished their dinner service. Now, Gordon really wasn't impressed with either team's performance, but he gave the win to the blue team, which meant that the red team had to nominate 2 people for elimination. Now, this deliberation for the red team was very interesting. If we were to simply judge the dinner service performance for this episode, as well as several episodes in the past, then Ronisha should have been a lock for getting voted for elimination. But that wasn't the case. The team nominates Sandra and Melissa of all people to go up for elimination. Now let's just keep it real for one moment. Melissa is arguably one of the top 2 best chefs on the red team. She's been consistent when it came to all of her challenges and dinner service for this season, and the nomination was more so rooted in personal feelings than in logic. Now granted, Melissa did disappear on her team today. However, with a team like this particular red team, I can understand why Melissa really wasn't feeling them. But Sandra and Ronisha had the most screw-ups, and in my opinion, they should have been nominated for elimination in this episode. However, it seems like Ronisha has some allies on her team. Folks that are seemingly keeping her around because it makes their chances of winning that much better. But Gordon decided to send Melissa home, which was a huge mistake on the part of Gordon and the red team for nominating her. It is my opinion that Melissa was not far too gone from the process. Gordon could have reeled her in and given her one more chance to prove that she was a leader. But he didn't, and he essentially kept chefs who have no business working at a high school cafeteria in order to get rid of a promising chef. Now, when it comes to the red team, their decision to get rid of Melissa will come back to bite them because she was one of the stronger chefs. The few challenges that the red team won were in large part because of Melissa. Now that Melissa's gone, I expect the red team to implode, and I can see Gordon mixing the teams up within the next 2 to 3 episodes. Now when it comes to the Black Jacket round predictions, with Melissa out of the picture, I think the locks for making it to the Black Jacket round are in this picture. I think that Jermaine will be replaced by Lee because he has been making some boneheaded decisions over the past few episodes. But I think the finale will come down to Sammy and Jonathan, and I think that Sammy will win this season of Hell's Kitchen. But that's my opinion, and this marks the end of the review. If you have any questions or comments related to the review or the episode, feel free to leave them below in the comment section and I'll be sure to reply to everybody. Until next time, stay tuned and stay safe. Peace.